some people's favourite day of the year is the Spotify Wrapped. Not for us though. Ours is our letterboxed wrap, and Adam is going to divulge his for us right now.
Sure, so I'll go through the interesting facts first. I logged 115 films last year, although somehow reviewed 145. I'm not sure how that works.
Okay.
do the maths on that. And I watched 230 hours worth of content. Here's where it gets interesting. Most watched director, Ridley Scott. I think that checks out.
Yeah, because Napoleon, Gladiator, Alien... Yeah, that checks out. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, take a stab about who my most watched actor was.
I saw that the world's most watched was Willem Dafoe, and Zendaya was most watched actress. So I would say that, but clearly it's not. If you're making a point here, clearly it's someone a bit from left field.
No, let's have a think. Throw some names out. Who do you think I might have seen a lot of his content for?
Richard E. Grant.
Not too far off the mark. It's an older man.
Michael Caine.
No, I wish. I wish that would be on brand.
I don't know. Go on.
It was Frank Oz.
What?
because of all the Star Wars films.
Yeah, but like...
Frank Oz. Like, out of nowhere.
Yeah, that is... I guess, did you watch Knives Out at all last year? Because he's in that, isn't he? And then, yeah, I guess just Star Wars 1 to 3, and then Star Wars 5, 6, and then Star Wars 7 and 8. Like, that's so random.
It really caught me off guard. I was like, of all the people, fair play. Hello and welcome to Move It Up, episode 51. We've broken the 50s, ladies and gentlemen, with your hosts, me, Adam Barlow.
And your host, me, Alfie Walker. We're here, episode 51. We're over that milestone. And it's the new year. What about that?
Yeah. Are you looking forward to 2025, or are you a bit trepidatious about it?
I am looking forward to it, and I'm also a bit scared, as Adam knows. But yeah, I've just bought a house. I got that on Monday. So, yeah, that's quite a big thing. Bit scary. I just told Adam off air, we had an electrician come around today and tell us that we need an entire rewire of the entire house. So there's 6.5-7 grand that we didn't account for in our budget. So I'm on this episode in the hope that Adam's going to cheer me up.
Okay, no pressure at all.
How's your 2025 going so far, Adam?
It's going all right. Kind of similar to you. I've also got a big life change. Started a new job, coincidentally back at uni. But I'm loving it. It's really good fun so far. It's weird being on the teaching staff and that side of things rather than there to learn. But you're always learning in life, and that's a beautiful thing. I've also just noticed, have you also had a haircut?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, that was that 2 weeks ago?
Oh, it just looks fresh today.
I think it's because I'm wearing a hat. I did have I had a hat on and a full face mask earlier as well, so I didn't breathe in any asbestos while pulling down paneling in the house. So I think it's done something to me and my hair. But did you see on the news?
Did you buy a house or did you buy a shed?
Yeah, honestly, mate, this house that we bought it was built in the 50s, and the person who lived there clearly had just never done it up. They'd lived there their whole lives, and it's a shithole, mate. It's an absolute shithole. Walls crumbling, asbestos everywhere. And we need a rewiring. It's got no kitchen. It's got zero kitchen. It's got a sink. It's got a sink, and that's it. And every room's bright green, neon green. So
lush.
I think we'd have been better off buying a shed, actually.
Yeah. You were saying about the news, though?
Yeah. Not film news, but you mentioned my hair. Did you see that there is a virus that causes men, women, and children to go bald in India? How about that?
Oh, Christ, that's all I need.
That'd
That's
scarper
all I
your
need.
chances, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I'm nervous as it is.
You'd really look like a member of the teaching staff if you lost your hair.
Yeah, so Adam's been with us for 52 years. He graduated last year.
I'm also
Sorry.
ill as well. I've got a bad throat. So bear with me, people. Bear with
Yeah,
me for this episode.
We're lining up the excuses.
Yeah, this one's going to be shit. There's your answer.
Just indulge with me on this one. It was about a year ago today when we did our Golden Globes episode, and we started it off by going Golden.
Globes.
The Golden Globes were last night at time of recording.
Wow. What
Yeah,
a
that's
throwback.
That's one for the day ones. If you know, you know.
Lenny and Josh, at you.
Episode 3, absolute classic.
It's good though. 51 is impressive, mate. I remember when Pulp Kitchen got to like 51 and I was like, damn, that's a lot of episodes. And now here we are. So
Yeah. Not even remotely got their audience, but still, we're going strong. I think we're funnier.
we're going.
Yeah. We're editing the audio together.
Speaking of the Golden Globes, should we get started with that? Is that how you want to go?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's take a look at them. They look like regular trophies, made of gold, sort of a globe type shape. Let's move on. What films are we
Thank you.
reviewing? Oh, sorry, you meant the dad jokes are coming out. Can you tell I'm part of the teaching team? I'm presuming the bear one, right? That must have been
Yes.
something.
So, well, matey one, not Stephen Allen White, Jeremy Allen White, won for actor in a comedic performance. He didn't show up though. He wasn't there to accept, which I think might be a bit telling about the current state of people's opinions on The Bear season 3. But somehow he won it. I think actually because of the way it works, this was technically for season 2. I can't remember.
Oh yeah, potentially. Yeah,
Yeah, I think it's a bit weird. The main one I wanted to talk about with you, Adam, is Emilia Perez.
Yeah. So it ran away with what? 4 awards, was it, on the night?
Yeah, so we had Zoe Saldana won. Won for Best Supporting Actress in a Motion Picture. Which is quite a major award. Then we also had Emilia Perez for Foreign Language Film, and then I think there was another 1 or 2 things for it as well. Have you seen this film yet, Adam?
No, I've tactically avoided it, but enlighten me.
A while ago, we spoke, probably 2 episodes ago, we spoke about how we need to watch it. It's everywhere. And at that point, I didn't have a clue what it was. And then I popped it on and I didn't finish it. That's how I didn't like it. I was not a fan. So far, it's been about I don't know, actually, you're going to watch it, aren't you? So I won't spoil it. But it's basically about a, I'm forgetting the word, a trans person. And it's by the French director. I can't remember his name, but it was a weird film. You may have seen the clip online of them singing. It's a musical as well, of course. That's the main thing. Where he goes, how does it go, Adam? I can't remember.
It's I want to know about sex change operations. I see.
Man to woman, or woman to man. Man to woman, from penis to vagina. And then she's like, I want to know. Rhinoplasty, vaginoplasty. The whole film isn't like that at all. It's quite weird, but I mean, the half that I've watched. But I just really wasn't a fan. I was about an hour in, and I turned it off. I kind of just had enough. I wasn't enjoying it. But we need to go back and watch it because, it won multiple awards at the Golden Globes. So you've also got to struggle through that, mate.
It's fascinating because last year, I'm sure we've mentioned it, it really felt like there were some big hitters. You had Oppenheimer, Barbie, Killers of the Flower Moon. What else was there? help me out here. Name a fourth film from last year. It felt like there were some real,
big ones,
some films that I'd seen
absolutely.
that I could tell were going to be nominated.
Holdovers. There you go. That was one.
Yes, yeah. You've got Dune Part 2,
which is being snubbed fully, like nothing, and it's been
really
kicked out of the soundtrack for the Oscars as well. They've said that it's not getting that. I don't think it's going to win anything. It might win a couple of craft awards at the Oscars, but I don't think it won anything at the Golden Globes.
Man, that's a real shame. It's so well put together. It's kind of hard that it's really hard to see it not get its rightful recognition, I suppose. The Brutalist, those up there, which we've not yet seen. That's out in a couple of weeks' time. And Challengers, but off the top of my head, I can't really think much else.
Well, so we did call it with this one in our movie on Uppies. We said that Demi Moore was the best actress, and there she was with lead actress in a musical or comedy. And she got the Golden Globe for it, and now she's being pipped for an Oscar nom. I think it's probably a bit far to say Oscar win, but if she won, it would be an insane move for both her and mostly for horror. Horror doesn't win any awards. Horror never does, especially at the Oscars. And the fact that she potentially could get a nom for a role in a horror film is such a cool thing for the genre. Really exciting.
It's lovely. I've heard nothing but praise about her in that film, and I'm scared to watch it. But when it goes on a streaming site, I'll definitely catch up with it and hide behind a blanket when it gets a bit gruesome. But yeah, I'm loving that she's made such a big Hollywood comeback, a bit like Ke Huy Quan a few years ago.
Absolutely.
It's nice when actors get their foot back in the door, I suppose.
Yeah.
Not that Demi Moore's not done anything, but it's not a name I was familiar with.
She did disappear. Wicked also got the Cinematic and Box Office Achievement Award, which is like the participation medal of the Golden Globes, similar to the way they have one at the Oscars. And most people have been saying that, this is going to be a Barbie where it doesn't win anything. Everyone loves it, but it's not going to get much. And I think I kind of agree.
Yeah. Wicked's great. If you haven't seen Wicked, go and see it. So much fun.
I'm just going to run through a couple more while we're here as well. Baby Reindeer got a couple with I think it was mini-series, and then Jessica Gunning got it for female actor in a supporting role in TV. Really cool. I don't think you ever caught that, Adam, but yeah, excellent show, well deserved. It seems like that was 5 years ago, not a year ago, which is crazy. Colin Farrell winning for The Penguin. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's made me want to catch that show even more than before. Him winning that, I think that's awesome for him. Like you said, we had challengers with Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross getting the score, and Elton John's little shout of how much he loved it when they won was so cool. It was so cool to see him loving it, and I hope that wins the Oscar, if I'm honest. That would be my pick for that for sure.
It is a bad omen to travel alone with illness, or whatever he says. It sounded like Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's so bad.
I've saved this right. I told Adam earlier about this film, and I said it's got really funny moments in, and there's one bit where Count Orlok, I'll go into details in a minute, but basically he's signing a document to buy a house, and he goes,
a bit like you.
Yeah, right, I'm Count Orlok, I feel like him, and he goes,
look like him. Sorry.
You got Nicholas Hoult shitting himself. He's amazing at playing a Scream King, and he gets him to sign this paper, and he goes, "No, we are neighbors." It's excellent. This vampire man who's 500 years old is quipping jokes at him, and he's like, "It is a bad omen to travel with ill health." he's having a laugh.
Dear me.
I'm going to review Nosferatu. Adam has not seen it yet. He's catching it on Monday night, so I'm sure he'll update us on his thoughts, since it's a horror as well. And that's a big thing for Adam to go watch this, so we'll definitely hear his thoughts. Do you know anything about this film or its history, Adam?
So I know it's a remake of a classic 1922 German film.
Yeah, that's
the character featured in a SpongeBob episode.
That's genuinely where most people know the character from. Yeah,
it doesn't surprise me. There's another version of it that was in like the 70s, I want to say, but it's basically a take on Dracula, but Count Orlok instead, and it's got some copyright issues around it as well.
Yeah, spot on. So basically it was a 1922 film. Excuse me, a 1922 film, and it was basically just a rip-off of Bram Stoker's Dracula, and it's so much, in fact, a rip-off where the plot is almost identical, and essentially you've just got character name changes, like point blank they are the same character but just have different names. So if you've heard like the name like Renfield, because there was that vampire film last year, that Renfield in this is just a different character. I think it's Mr. I'm struggling now, but yeah, I'll go through it in a moment. But it's like a really blatant rip-off of the Bram Stoker's Dracula, the book from 1897, and it was meant to be destroyed, and they tried to destroy it. They burnt all the copies, but I believe one copy escaped and made its way to America, and then basically they managed to piece it back together, and it exists. And then you're right, there was a remake in 1979 by Werner Herzog, which is obviously I Would Like to See the Baby from Mandalorian.
Bounty hunting is a very complicated profession, wouldn't you agree?
It's such a weird connection that he's in Mando. And then we've got the Robert Eggers 2024-2025 in the UK. Have you seen any of Eggers's other work, so The Witch, The Northman, or The Lighthouse?
I don't think I have. They're all a bit quirky though, aren't they?
Yeah, super quirky, super arty, super avant-garde, very sort of dreamlike in a lot of them, especially with The Lighthouse. I think this will be a nice way in for you, mate. I haven't seen The Witch, but I have seen Northman and Lighthouse. And I think if you like this, it'll be really good to go back and watch them. I need to catch The Witch. But yeah, overall, I love this film, dude. I thought it was excellent. I gave it a 5 out of 5 on Letterboxd when I walked out that cinema, and I still would give it 5 out of 5 now. There's no recency bias there. I absolutely loved it. Each shot in this film is like a painting you'd see in the V&A Museum. It is insane. The way it is lit, it's so arty, and I totally understand why some people are not being huge fans of it, because I think it is potentially maybe a little bit poncy at times. Like, just on someone who wants to go catch a film at the cinema, a vampire film, is going to be like, what is this? It's super ethereal and dreamlike, and I don't know what's real and what's not real. But I think if you go in there and you just sit there and recline your chair and enjoy what's on screen, I think it's phenomenal. I saw a fact saying about how they created a filter to go on the camera, which takes all of the yellow hues out of every scene they shoot, and it's the same way what your eye does when moonlight is out, and that's present, and you really feel it, like the shots and the lighting and the way it will focus on someone's eyes in the distance, or the moonlight shining on their face, or this huge spiraling staircase up to like a horrible grotesque vampire. I think it's so well done. Yeah, so it's obsessively detailed as well. Like, the attention to detail is insane. The costumes, I'd love to see it win for like costume or set design or something. I don't think it will, because Wicked is, I think that's where that might win. But yeah, the attention to detail, a lot of it was shot on location as well. Pretty much all the crew was from the Czech Republic, and all of it is shot mostly in the Czech Republic and in Romania, which is obviously traditionally where Transylvania is. But yeah, what a film, dude. There's a lot of dipping in and out between whether it's a dream, whether it's real. There's an awful lot of, you'll be focusing on someone and you'll zoom into their eyes, and then you'll zoom out of their eyes and they'll be in a completely different place. And it doesn't address it, which I think just adds to the eeriness of like the castle that you're present in, because there's lots of dreams and sort of a bit of demonic possession type stuff. And it really helps set the scene and proper gives you a feel for the world almost that he creates. The score is super well crafted and it peaks in all the right places. It isn't afraid to use silence either. Like, there is a lot of times where it will zone out and you're waiting for a jump scare. But quite often they don't arrive, which is a nice sort of switch and bait almost. Or it will be a different kind of jump scare, not like a huge vampire jumping out on you on the screen. And the intro is super harrowing. Like you've got, is it Lily Rose Depp? I'll go through the cast in a moment, but yeah, Lily Rose Depp on screen, and it starts with like a booming voice from Count Orlok speaking to her. It's a lot of the trailer shots are of this scene. And the way it's lit through the moonlight in her room, and then it obviously tops it off with a jump scare. It's a great way to like set the scene, and proper put you, sort of scare you as a way to intro it. I don't want to scare you off here, Adam. It is excellent, and you need to watch it. I'm making it sound scarier than it is, I promise.
No, I'm very excited for it. I rewatched the trailer earlier today, and I'm bringing my girlfriend along because she's sort of interested in it as well. Like, we're both a bit anxious about it, but we've booked for a sort of 6:00 showing, and we've got recliners, but right at the back. It's one of those smaller rooms, but they're all recliners, so you will still be quite far back. And we're right by the stairs at the corner, so I'm like, perfect place to be. If we need to, we can just leave. But I really don't think it'll be that bad.
I don't think it's that scary. I think you will be fine.
If it's mainly gore, I'm sure I'll be fine, because I saw Renfield, when was that, 2023?
Yeah.
Also with Nicholas Hoult.
Yeah, loving these vampire films.
Yeah, it really is. And that was quite gory. Not scary, really, but it was, there were scenes where, like, Nicolas Cage looked like shit. And he was just, like, chowing down on some bones. I'm like, okay, dude, you do you. But I'm very intrigued to see it. The trailers just have really sold it for me. I remember when they were coming out, like we got obviously the teaser, then the main trailer, then a couple more trailers, and each time we got new footage, we'd send it to each other and be like, "This looks so good. Can't wait for this."
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm excited that it's finally arrived, and I mean the cast. You can run us through if you want. Like Willem Dafoe, though. I mean, Bill Skarsgård.
The cast is phenomenal, and so you got Bill Skarsgård as Count Orlok, who is absolutely unrecognizable in any way. Like, they might as well have not casted him. It might not be him under there. They might just pretend it's him because he's 7.5 foot tall. He's got full prosthetics on his face. He's wearing this like leopard print fur coat. You don't realize it's leopard print in case you really pay attention, but it's such a cool detail to give this like vampire a leopard print coat. And fur around his collar. And I'll spoil it because most people have heard he's got a mustache and a comb over, which is a weird choice. Don't get me wrong. I was watching some interviews, and apparently it is just a direct thing where he wanted to honour Vlad the Impaler, the real life Dracula, basically, who does have a really huge moustache. And it did, at first when you see it, I was a bit like, why is this vampire got a moustache? Because the OG 1922 Nosferatu is so iconic. Like you said, with him being in like SpongeBob, even if you don't know who he is, you know the face and the way he looks. And seeing him with a moustache and a comb over is a little weird. But no, I grew to love it, actually. I think it adds a really cool sort of, makes him almost a bit more human. And Bill Skarsgård is unrecognisable. You've got Lily Rose Depp, and Nicholas Hoult playing Thomas Hunter and Ellen Hunter. They're the couple in it. So Nicholas Hoult is a real estate agent, and basically he's tasked with going to Count Orlok's castle because Count Orlok is interested in buying a property in Germany, and Nicholas Hoult is sent there for him to sign the decree, which is where he makes the great joke about them being neighbours now. And then you've got Emma Corrin and Aaron Taylor Johnson as Anna Harding and Friedrich Harding. They're sort of their friends in the film, and they accompany them the whole way through. Aaron Taylor Johnson, I think he's excellent in this. I think people underestimate him a bit. I don't think he's particularly regarded that well, but I think he's really good in this and really sells the what the fuck is going on, basically. He really sort of represents the audience in it. He's showing up like, what do you mean there's a vampire? What are you talking about? What do you mean she's possessed by a demon? Like, what the hell do you mean that's not real? And then you've got Simon McBurney as Her Knock. That's it. So he plays basically Renfield. I thought it was David Thewlis the whole way through, the guy who plays Lupin in Harry Potter.
Oh, yeah.
It looks and sounds like him so much, but it's not. So when you go watch this, you'll recognise the character. He's like this horrible, greasy little man. But yeah, I thought it was David Thewlis the whole way through, and was convinced until before this episode. And then coming in again, you've got Ralph Ineson. Ineson, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he's in a couple of Eggers' other films. He plays like a doctor in this. Yeah, once again, excellent. The cast, dude, yeah, Willem Dafoe as well. The cast is so good. They're so convincing. It's fairly small, not too many people in it. The one thing I will say is I think the pacing is a little bit slower in the second half. It does dip a bit. Personally, I like it. I think it sort of takes its time. I was like, oh wow, we're really getting through this plot. Like, oh my god, he's here already. I've already met Count Orlok and he's already killed people. And we still have like an hour left. And I was like, oh wow. And then it takes its time to set up more stuff and then the payoff. But that is a complaint that I've seen, that it is a bit slower in the second half. And I do agree, but it's not something that I'd say is bad about it. Yeah, dude, I think it's awesome. I think Eggers is genuinely one of the best sort of horror directors definitely working today, potentially ever. I think because I've seen, Lighthouse is a bit horror-y. You've got Nosferatu. I haven't seen The Witch, which I need to catch. And then, I've seen Northman, which isn't really horror, but dabbles in it a little bit with sort of a lot of folk stuff. But yeah, dude, I love this film. I can't wait for you to watch it and I can talk to you about it. I think it's so good. Yeah.
Oh, mate, as I say, I'm very much looking forward to it. You sold me totally on the 5-star review that you put up on Letterboxd, and like hearing you gush about it again now is it's really like great to hear, because you never know with things like this. You've been looking forward to it for months.
Yeah.
The trailer was really shown a lot, and it so easily could have been like, well, it was okay, or like it was bad. Like, but to hear you love it so much and to give it 5 stars and to really get behind it is so nice to see.
Yeah, like I think that's quite a good example of I know we went in with slightly hedged bets with like Gladiator, but we were really looking forward to that. And as much as I liked it, it was okay, like maybe that wasn't as great as I thought, but no, going into this, I was like, I'm ready for this. It's going to be good. I really hope so. And I just walked out and I was like, I cannot be disappointed by this. It was so good. I said to you before about how you loved We Live in Time, and that obviously came out on the 1st of January, and that's exactly how I feel about this film. The way you've been gushing about that is the way I've been gushing to people about this.
Yeah, what a strange coincidence as well, for them both to come out the same day.
Yeah, it's funny that on
really
our
bizarre
end of the year review in 360 days time, we're both going to be going We Live in Time and Nosferatu, 2 films, the same way we did with The Holdovers. Like,
yeah, crazy. Can you end it with just another impression of Count Orlok for me?
Let me think what else he says. He's genuinely charming. There's a bit where he shows up once he's arrived where he's arrived. I'll speak about that actually. That's a bit weird. So in the original Dracula book, Dracula sails from Europe to England, and that's how he gets there. So then in this, he sails from, because it's a direct rip-off, he sails from Romania to Germany. But to do this, he would have to sail through like the entire world, basically. He'd have to sail all the way down the bottom, like through like, I don't know, the Suez Canal, and then up past like Portugal, Spain, France, past England, then over Germany, right to the very top near the Netherlands, like past the Netherlands. Like, it's so weird that he sails all this way. And then he shows up.
He went on a cruise.
Yeah, literally. And then he shows up and he's like, I give you 3 nights. Tonight is the first. Just to clarify for her, like, I promise, tonight is the first night I'm haunting you. So, like, imagine if he didn't say that and she's like, well, have I got 2 nights left or 3 nights left? I don't know. Yeah, he's funny, man. He's lovely.
3 nights of being haunted isn't too bad.
Wait till you see the film.
Yeah.
They sort of escalate in severity as well.
Oh, I see. Okay. Sort of Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah. Yeah, nightmare mode by night 3. Adam is reviewing for us this week the new film, written and directed and acted by Lex Luthor himself, Jesse Eisenberg, starring... it's not Macaulay Culkin, it's Kieran Culkin from Succession. Take it away, Adam. Tell us what you thought about it.
Yeah, so it's a bang-on 90-minute movie, so already check.
Lovely.
It's got a really small cast. It basically is just Kieran Culkin and Jesse Eisenberg playing cousins. Jesse Eisenberg really playing the same character he always does play, very uptight, very OCD, sort of meek, mild-mannered, quiet, but sort of suppressing a lot of unprocessed emotion, right? And then Kieran Culkin, again, playing this sort of character he's played for the last 5 years in Succession and stuff.
Himself,
quippy,
I think, basically. He's just playing himself, yeah.
Incredibly intense and sort of flips on a dime.
A bit of a
incredibly
dick.
Charismatic. Yeah, totally. And that's why the film's called A Real Pain. It's alluding to Kieran Culkin's character, who's named Benji Kaplan, and Jesse Eisenberg is David Kaplan. Basically, these are 2 cousins that have barely seen each other, but their grandmother died sort of 6 months ago in the film, and they decide, because Benji, Kieran Culkin's character, has gone into a bit of a funk since then, and it sort of becomes more clear as the film goes on, but he's clearly been through some stuff and is really in a pit of depression. So David decides to book a trip for them to go and see their grandma's old house in Poland, and kind of reconnect with their roots, really. Even though they've not been to Poland, I don't believe, they just have heritage, and they're Jewish. Although I don't believe they practice the religion. I think they're both non-religious, but they're both really interested in honouring their grandmother. So they go on this trip, and it's kind of that's really all the plot is. But it's incredibly well paced. It really flies by. Every scene of dialogue is hilarious. It's incredibly quippy, incredibly funny. I think every joke lands for me. Jesse Eisenberg's directing. There's some gorgeous shots in this. It's really, really lovely and, in a weird way, relaxing to watch. You're watching this group of tourists go on a Holocaust tour, right? They're not seeing all the time particularly lovely imagery, and yet it's shot so peacefully, and it's weirdly lovely to look at. I think like it's just incredibly well put together, and the details in it. Like I noticed the costumes. Benji starts out wearing red, and David starts out wearing blue. By the end of the film, they've switched colours. Like I don't know how well that fits with really. Like I wouldn't say they switch personalities or anything, but there's certainly an element of that in it. You know, they kind of take home a bit of each other with them. And what I particularly loved is there's a great hoodie that you can see in the trailer when they're on the train, and Benji's got this black and white hoodie that looks great. Really want it. It looks like mottled light, sort of in leaves, that kind of effect, which he wears when they look around one of the concentration camps. And I realised it looks remarkably similar to the blue stains on the walls of the gas that's like marked the walls in the shower rooms. And I thought that's brilliant because it really does line up with his outfit. So I just think from the costumes to the acting, obviously both of them do a great job. Jesse Eisenberg, a bit typecast, but he did write the film, so I'll let him off. And Kieran Culkin really stole the show for me. I thought he's brilliant. And even though he kind of flips out at certain points and he's angry and he doesn't always make the right decisions, he's so brilliantly extroverted. But at the same time, David is so brilliantly introverted, and it's like a great blend.
Balance,
and you sort of, certainly for me, I could see myself in both these characters so well. And towards the end, they open up to each other more. It only takes place over about 4 days, and it totally bookmarks the film with them in the airport. Like, it starts with a wonderful shot, actually, and I knew I would like it from the start because the way it begins is so minimalistic. You've got just a tracking shot going through the airport. You see Kieran Culkin sat down and you're like, oh, the camera's gone by him. He's not even in focus. Then it goes a couple of rows in front of him in the waiting terminal, and then sort of turns and then zooms through, and then you're watching him through from like 2 rows ahead, and then he's in crisp focus, and then a real pane appears next to him on the left. And then at the end of the film, it does a similar shot, but it ends with a real pane written on the other side of him. And I'm like, it's so brilliantly poetic and great. So I really enjoyed it. I totally recommend you go and see it. At 90 minutes, you really can't complain. It just felt tight. It felt precise. They knew what sort of story they wanted to tell. It's just a 4-day trip or 5-day trip, one of the two. And Kieran Culkin rightly won that Golden Globe. I think he does an excellent job, and I really enjoyed it. The only thing I think that was missing for me that kind of keeps it from being 5 stars is I don't think it quite had a sort of cathartic gut punch at the end of it. So, like, we both love The Holdovers, and in a similar way, this has that bittersweet comedy, but with some undertones of really depressing stuff. It's very similar tonally to The Holdovers, I'd say. But unlike The Holdovers, it didn't make me cry. I think I had like a sort of, I felt a bit choked up, but I didn't feel as emotionally sort of cracked open by it. But I think that could partly be down to the runtime being quite short, but also Jesse Eisenberg. I think this film is a little bit like his character in the way that it's so fast. 90 minutes. It's quick. It cuts when it wants to. It's very precise. And each scene is like a brilliant. Each scene has a bow on the top of it. It all wraps up. It's like a series of vignettes of this trip, which is lovely and it's great to watch. But I think by the end of it, you're a bit like, oh, I would have liked it to just wallow in its sadness for just a little bit more. It's sort of a little bit afraid to show too much, but then that's like the characters in the film. So it's kind of like it on multiple levels. It does work. So the more I think about it, the more I like it, and I really recommend it. Thought it was great.
I haven't heard much about it, if I'm honest. The first I heard of it really was when he won the Golden Globe, I think. I haven't seen really any buzz around it or like previous to Golden Globe, or I haven't even caught a trailer of it in the cinema. I don't know if it's had a fairly small release as well, because I don't think I even saw it at my local cinema showing. But yeah, since he won the Golden Globe, and then I saw a load of good reviews come out, and then I've heard you come out and say, oh no, this film's excellent, and you did compare it to The Holdovers in your review of it, and I was like, oh, okay, I think I'll give this film a go.
Yeah, definitely, man. I totally really felt The Holdovers similarities. I think Holdovers is better, but this is such a lovely January watch. It's very as I say, brilliant to look at, and every scene is like a chunk that I would go and watch on YouTube. It's got that really nice sort of methodical
nice little
plotting
bits
of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. The sequence on the train, which they've showed quite heavily in the trailers, that's really good. And it's lovely because they both have such a great affection for each other. It's not mean-spirited in any way. They just have different ways of showing how much they care for each other. So like David is clearly like he's got a family at home, he's got a wife, and he's got a job. Whereas Kieran Culkin's character is kind of just flying by the seat of his pants, and like he lived in his mum's basement and things like that. So just completely two different people, and yet they both ultimately care about the same things and want each other to be happy and want to know that each other are going to be all right. So they have a really nice heart-to-heart moment just before they go back to the airport, I think, at the end. And that's almost where I'm like, oh, if you just let that scene run for, 2-3 minutes more, that really would have got me. But it doesn't quite. It's annoying, but at the same time, you don't want to always like be absolutely ripped to shreds by a film. So I quite appreciated it in a way that it didn't completely rip my heart out. But yeah, it totally has an overarching sense of just melancholy, but it is ultimately uplifting and inspiring and very, very funny.
As we said at the beginning of the episode, we're now in 2025. So having done that, we spoke about our top 5 films from last episode. This episode, we're going to briefly talk about our most anticipated films for 2025. Take it away, Adam. Are there any big ones that stand out to you that you're really looking forward to this year?
For me, I mean, last year, 2023, absolutely adored Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, and I loved John Wick Chapter 4. There's follow-ups to both of them, or films associated with them this year. So you've got Mission Impossible 8, which is the final reckoning, and you've got Ballerina, which is a spin-off of the John Wick films. It's going to star Keanu Reeves, and it's got the girl from Knives Out, whose name I'm forgetting, Ana de Armas. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. And it looks like a load of fun. Trailer looks great. So those two are definitely up there for me. How about you?
Yeah, so Ana de Armas, right, is great. This is completely off kilter, but we'll go for it. I was watching TV the other night, and No Time to Die was on, and I watched it, and her scene in No Time to Die is genuinely the best thing about that film. She is amazing, and I know that Barbara Broccoli, did you see the quote from her where she said called Amazon executives fucking idiots the other day, because they said they want a James Bond TV show and she told them no. And I actually I kind of agree but disagree. I think we should have Ana de Armas. Oh my god, what's her name? Ana de Armas? Why have I lost that?
Ana de Armas.
Yes. Her character from No Time to Die. Mana. They should do a spin-off as her character. I think that would be an amazing way to do a James Bond spin-off. Do her character in a little spy show, 6 episodes or something. She is the best bit of that film, hands down. It's so good.
It's a great shout. We've got the return of Jurassic World.
We have.
Jurassic World Rebirth.
Are you excited for it? So it's Gareth Edwards, right? Who did Godzilla. He did The Creator. He did Rogue One as well. So I'm excited for it. Are you?
I think so. It's a weird one, the Jurassic World franchise, because I really enjoyed Dominion, but I think I'm the only person on the earth. So
Lenny likes Dominion.
Does he?
Okay, Lenny's a big fan. I think mainly for the nostalgia of it. But I'm not a huge fan. I love, speaking of films on the TV that I caught, I love Jurassic Park 3. I think it's excellent. It's my second favourite Jurassic film.
Okay.
And the trailer, or the screenshots that we've seen and the press release photos, it really gives the same vibes of them proper trekking through the island. It's got Jonathan Bailey, it's got Scarlett Johansson, it's got Mahershala Ali. It's got a stunning cast, so I'm quite excited for it, but I'm going to hold my breath because Dominion did disappoint me a little bit. We've also got follow-up to Wicked for Good, Wicked Part 2. Previous to a couple of months ago, I'd have been like, I can't wait to never watch that. But I was enamoured with Wicked. I thought it was great. So I am really looking forward to Part 2. And I don't really know what happens. I know who some of the characters are in Relevance, and I know that it takes part before The Wizard of Oz, during The Wizard of Oz, and after The Wizard of Oz. It's kind of a remake of it in a weird way. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to see where it goes, because I don't really know what the plot is, what happens. So I'm excited for that one.
Yeah, me too. That's a good shout. Marvel is back in full swing this year. We've got 3 films and I think 5 or 6 TV shows. A ridiculous amount.
That many?
Yeah. Yeah, should I find a list? Hang on.
Yeah.
So films,
Jesus.
obviously, we've got Captain America Brave New World. We've got Thunderbolts, asterisk, and Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four being the one that I'm most looking forward to.
Yeah, that's probably the only one I'm looking forward to.
But I'll just find a list of the shows coming out. Oh, here we go. So we've got... Oh, God, it might be more than that, actually. It's Wonder Man in December. We've got Ironheart in June. We have Eyes of Wakanda, which is an animated series, in August. Marvel Zombies in October, which is another animated one. We've got Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man at the end of this month, actually. January 29th. That looks great. Do you see the trailer for that?
Yeah, I thought it looked alright. I thought it looked fun. I think that's maybe the only one out of all of these so far that I might check out.
Oh, Daredevil Born Again in March. Yeah, that's it for the shows. But, God, 9 projects in total.
Mate, what happened to quality over quantity that, like, Feige literally said last year? He was like, we're just going to do Deadpool, we're going to have a rethink, and we're going to approach it in a different way. And they've just done exactly the same thing as they did before. What's that about?
Yeah. God knows, man. God knows.
I think I've got
It's
zero
kind
interest
of
in
mental.
most of them, and I don't think I'll watch hardly any of them.
Yeah, the thing that puts me off about Daredevil, and I know that will be the one that really gets people excited, but I never saw the Netflix shows, and I can't be bothered.
I'm sure they're commitment.
Great. Exactly, it's just too much. It's 3 series, but it's long episodes.
I think it's like 16 episodes per season as well.
Too many episodes, man. I can't. It's so many hours.
You haven't even finished the Bear season 2, mate. How on earth are you going to finish that?
Exactly. You've got to draw a line in the sand.
A couple of other films that I'm looking forward to. Bearing in mind, all the ones we've said are huge blockbusters. So I'm looking forward to some cropping up like The Holdovers did, where they're sort of low-key ones, Oscar baity almost. And I'm looking forward to them popping up and really impressing us. But of the blockbusters and the big hitters, I'm also looking forward to 28 Years Later. That's got Ralph Fiennes and Aaron Taylor-Johnson in. And it's a setup for a trilogy of those films that Danny Boyle and the man who wrote... Oh, what's his name? Andrew? No. What was the journalist film from 2024?
Oh, Civil War.
Civil
yes.
War. That Alec Gardner?
Alex Garland.
Yeah, Alex Garland. Okay. It's a trilogy that... So they obviously did the original with Cillian Murphy. And then he is back in part 2 of a new trilogy that they're doing, and is expected to show up in this one for a little bit. But I'm really excited for these films. I think 28 Days Later is one of the best horror films out there, and you can watch it now. They've re-released it on digital, so I'm really looking forward to seeing where this franchise goes. And also Saw 11, that was meant to come out this past October, but they delayed it, and... Isn't it crazy that you can say you're looking forward to an 11th instalment of a franchise? Because the 10th was that good, I am pumped for number 11.
Excellent. We've also got F1, a film that's been in production for God knows how long, but they've been filming it at the race weeks in real life. So Brad Pitt stars in that, by I think the same director who brought Top Gun Maverick to life, so it's going to look visually insane. We've got the long-awaited threequel in the Knives Out series, Wake Up Dead Man. I don't know if that's 2025 because I kind of had erased that from my memory.
I think it is.
Yeah, I guess it must be like a winter release, right?
Yes, because it's set in the winter as well. Excuse me, it's set at a ski lodge or something, I think. So I imagine it'll be a winter release to coincide with Christmas or that bit of the year.
I think that'll be so much fun. We've also got Bridget Jones' Mad About the Boy. I watched the second of those films before I was waiting for you to get out of your dusty house. Have you seen the Bridget Jones films? The second one's wild.
Yeah, so I've seen him a long time ago. I rewatched the first the other day. I haven't watched and I watched Bridget Jones' Baby in the cinema. No, why is the second one so wild?
So the first one's quite a quaint, charming, funny film. Yeah, it's fine. Then the second one, she starts the film by jumping out of a plane, and then later on in the film she gets arrested and is thrown into a prison in Thailand for smuggling cocaine across the border. And then they do another fight, like they kind of, because it was such a memorable moment in the first film. Hugh Grant and Colin Firth have another fight, but this time it's in fountains.
I have seen that bit. I remember that bit, yeah, because Hugh Grant puts on is real sexy for that moment.
Yeah, it's very over the top. I think it's a little more cringy, and it's probably aged a bit worse than the first one. But again, there's so many lines in these films that are like, everyone's taking the piss out of her for being fat. I'm like, she's
not fat. I said this.
She's not bad at all.
She's not fat at all. And the jokes are constantly like, you're so frumpy. You're so huge. Like, she's literally not fat at all. Like, don't know what that's about.
It sort of makes me sad to watch. I'm like, no, Bridget. No, you're not. You're all right, love. You're all right.
Renee Zellweger does an amazing British accent in those films as well. Like, it's crazy how good she is and how she looks very British as well. Like, very impressive.
Yeah, for sure. Superman next year as well. That looks good. I worry that James Gunn might make it a bit zany again, but I mean, it's
James Gunn, isn't it? Yeah, because there's literally a Godzilla in the trailer for it, isn't there? There's like a kaiju monster. Like, all right.
I think so.
Sure thing.
It looks like there's a lot of stuff going on in that film. And I don't know how they're going to juggle it all while also doing just doing a Superman story. How can you have the Green Lantern come in and Hawk Girl and all these people?
I feel like we were meant to have... It'll
be interesting to see how he juggles it.
Batman 2 this year, but that got pushed to 2026, and then it got pushed to 2027, didn't it?
Yeah.
Which is gutting, because that film's great, as we know. Watched it over Christmas. I'm sad that we've got to wait so long for it, but hopefully that will be worth the wait.
Yeah, I'm sure it will be. Yeah, I think it'll be a good year. Lots of blockbusters this year. But I'm excited to see what this year's challenges is going to be. You know, I'm excited to see. Just I do enjoy a good biopic. I don't know if the Bob Dylan one's going to be much cop, but I'm excited to become a fan of someone else. You know, like Young One in the Sea with Daisy Ridley last year. That was a real nice surprise. So give me some more quaint little films like that.
You know what? That's a perfect segue, Adam, saying that you'd like to watch a couple of biopics, because we have an email here from Lenny Walker, and I'll read that out to you. Hey, Moving Up team, bit late, but I thought I'd share my top 5 movies of 2024. These are not in any order, but I hope you can agree with my picks. And his first one is Back to Black. I'm a massive Amy Winehouse fan, and after watching her biopic, I was not any less of one. Sorry, Lenny, I'm struggling to read it. Oh, sorry. And if anything, it made me even more of a fan of seeing her story, all of her highs, her lows, and the film brought a tear to my eye when the credits rolled. We didn't catch Back to Black, did we?
No, I don't think so.
No, that's one that I probably need to go back and watch, especially since Lenny said it's on his top 5. Another one of Lenny's, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I love Planet of the Apes. I love all the films, and this being the technically 10th one, I think it had a lot to live up to. And to end Caesar's story, and since this is after the end of Caesar's story, I think it did it perfectly. All the new characters are great, especially Proximus. I loved him so much that I bought a t-shirt with him on. Then another one of Lenny's favourite films of last year, Beetlejuice. I had previously only seen clips of Beetlejuice while it's been on the telly, and or been getting ready for a Halloween party, that sort of thing. My screen's gone blank. But this year I decided to sit down and watch the full thing, the original, and then went off and saw the second one. I think it was a perfect sequel, funny and really enjoyed it. You caught Beetlejuice, didn't you?
Yeah, I had the same experience. I watched Beetlejuice, I think, the month before it came out, the sequel. Really, actually, I should have mentioned it last week. I thought it was great. A really, really fitting sequel, actually. I probably enjoyed it more than the first one. Very funny. Did you see that?
I didn't catch it. No, I still haven't. There's quite a few films I need to go back and watch, mate. I imagine films like that might be in the technical categories for the Oscars. I can imagine that getting set design or costume. So that will force me to go watch it, basically.
Yeah.
I do want to catch it, though, especially, since you said you're a fan, and Lenny is as well. Paddington in Peru, magnificent, simply amazing films. Don't get better than Paddington series. And the fact that this is the worst of the three and still really good is a pretty amazing feat. The Paddington films make me cry, and if you've not seen this trilogy, go watch it. We agree that it's definitely the weakest, isn't it? But don't get me wrong, I did enjoy it a lot when we went and saw it. I really enjoyed it, especially because I was with Lenny when we went and watched. Sort of a nice bit of brother time almost. It added an extra level to it, I think.
Yeah, it's all about family, those films, and they do it so well. It's a lovely, lovely little film. I've been thinking about Paddington in Peru because I don't know how inclined I am to rewatch it, but I did see it in the cinema twice, so
you're all Paddington now. That's true. That's quite a good way of thinking about it, because I would happily rewatch Paddington 2 right now, but I don't know if I would necessarily watch In Peru right now. But don't get me wrong, I did enjoy it. And Lenny's final top film from last year. You're going to love this one, Adam. Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire.
God, was that last year?
Yeah, right? I don't think a movie has stolen so much money and time from me other than Star Wars. Because after watching -1 last year, I was hooked on an amazing franchise. Perfect for my tiny little brain. This is one of the best Godzilla films. One of the best Godzilla films I've seen. Not because of the grungy, sad themes, or the lovable characters like in -1s. It's because the monsters are on screen for almost the whole movie, and the fights are just chef's kiss. Adam, watch the other films. I promise you'll like them. Thanks for reading, guys. Lots of love from your number one viewer. Cheers, Lenny. Appreciate the email in.
Yeah, big love, Lenny, man. Always a pleasure to hear your correspondence. Godzilla times Kong. Yeah. I remember just really letting that wash over me. I think I was just... it was like I was being forced in A Clockwork Orange to watch that.
Torture.
Yeah, I thought it was quite bland. But I'm glad that Lenny enjoyed it. I like how he said no film has stolen this much time or money. I mean, it did steal money from me because I saw it from My Limitless, but it did steal the runtime away from me. No, maybe just need to rewatch.
We would love to hear your thoughts. Please, if you're listening, give us an email and let us know what your top films from last year were. We know there's a couple of you listening. We see the stats, so please email in. We'd love a bit of correspondence. Let us know what your favourite films from last year are, or potentially what your most anticipated films of 2025 are. The email address to get in touch is hello@movieonup.com.
Yeah, please do email in. You can also get in contact, as some of you have, on my personal account, but do also message the Moving Up accounts. Just at Moving Up for Instagram and TikTok. But I got some lovely messages from, I think, 3 or 4 people actually over Christmas, just saying that they've listened to some of our episodes and we're really funny. Got a message today from Gabs. Shout out to her. She does a podcast as well, but she's invited me on at some point in February, I believe. And she listened to our 50th episode and she said she was in stitches, which is really lovely.
Amazing.
So, yeah, people are out there and they're digging what we're doing.
It's nice to hear some feedback. So yeah, please, honestly, do follow us on some social media, or give us an email. I just want to finish off the episode here by saying Adam has been drinking a what flavour is it?
Black cherry.
Black cherry VK. Mate, it's a Thursday on the 9th of January. What happened to Dry Jan?
I went for a piss up last Saturday, so that went out the window.
And now you're just drinking VKs like Robinson's squash. All right.
I mean, they basically are.
Yeah,
Let's not beat around the proverbial bush.
Thank you for listening this week, everyone.
Give me another swig.
What are we reviewing next week, Adam? Have you got any films in the calendar? You're going to catch Nosferatu, and then give us a brief little thoughts on that. What else are you going to watch?
I'm also seeing Baby Girl, which is I don't know what to expect from this. It's got Harris Dickinson in, who's an actor I've always championed, and it's got Nicole Kidman, an actress I'm kind of lukewarm on. I don't think she's ever done anything bad. I just haven't watched her much, really.
Apparently it's very sexy, like sex every 10 minutes. So,
well, that'll be a lovely Sunday night watch
with the gran.
Yeah,
I'm going with my nan.
And I'm babysitting my toddler, so they're coming along as well.
Anything else you're watching? Sorry, it was Baby Girl. You're going to catch Nosferatu.
I think that's it for now. I might try and catch Maria. I don't know how much time I've got, so
I'm going to try and finish Emilia Perez.
God, good luck, mate. Good luck.
I need it. All well wishes, please. But anyway, thank you for listening this week, and hopefully catch you again soon.
Have a good one, folks. See you soon.